I'm Sam Cuthbert. I'm the manager of the Hackney Picturehouse and also the technical assistant here. We've got a new art installation going up today as part of the Fringe Festival. A guy that runs Debbie, a club night that happens at the Resistance Gallery down in Bethnal Green, does all these pieces. We've got 2 art spaces in the building. The Fringe Festival do screenings across East London. They're like a queer arts festival, so it's not just film, it's music, it's interviews, it's lectures. They're running a school this year for the 5 days of the festival, and it all starts this Thursday with the premiere that we're doing in our big screen one. We're on the mezzanine level in the Hackney Picturehouse. I'm going to take you into the ladies' toilets because it's a really fun space. When this place used to be a nightclub called The Ocean, many moons ago, it used to have some really great toilets, and we kept the ladies, and they look like this, which you can't really see on the radio obviously, but they're very silver, very mirrored. We've actually had film crews in here filming and using it as a toilet location. As we leave the mezzanine, we've got the education suite on your right. We do adult education classes along with kind of collaborations with schools for school screenings. We've just done one on the Western, like a 6-week course on Westerns.
Do people get to dress up as cowboys?
I've never seen anyone come dressed as a cowboy. I think they're more intellectual. We've got a course coming up on the South of America, so a lot of Coen Brothers, that sort of stuff. I think screen 1 is empty now, so we could pop our heads in. The film is still on, but we can still pop our heads in anyway.
Come on, Douglas, roll. Good boy, Douglas.
Yeah, really big. We can see it. It is really big. It was when this was the Ocean. It was the main auditorium. It was our screen 1, so it held 2,500 people standing. James Brown performed here. They used to have a lot of a grime and dubstep nights, and that was the only thing that could really fill that space. Hackney wasn't what Hackney is now. When we came and developed the cinema inside the space, we didn't cut it up particularly because it's just such a massive building, everything's poured concrete, you can't do much architecturally to it. So now screen 1 just seats 300. It's a very steep rake, comfy seats, that kind of thing, and just use it for a lot of premieres. We've had the Pusher premiere here. We're getting pretty popular really quickly, which is nice. We are one of the biggest screens this part of London. So Pedro Almodovar's coming to promote his new film, I'm So Excited, and we're the host site for it, so he's going to be here, and then via satellite we're going to be filming the event and broadcasting it live to a couple hundred cinemas around the UK at the same time. So we're the ones that need the brand new red carpet, which sits here in this hallway waiting to be used. Almodovar is just such a draw, and tickets for it, we had 236 tickets and they sold out in under kind of 10 minutes for that. We're kind of a digital cinema. All 4 screens are mainly digital. We have one 35mm screen. 35mm is the way films used to be shown for the last 100 years. It just gives us a bit of flexibility to do archive shows and late night screenings with original 35mm prints and things like that. So I'm going to take you up to the projection booth now and show you it. So yeah, watch your step. So we've got 2 projectors sitting next to each other. One is the digital, one is the 35mm. They both do the same thing, show movies. They just do it very, very differently. So the sad thing about the new digital projectors, I don't know, along with a lot of things that you lose from not having film, is there's no good sound coming from them. It's just the sound of whirring, humming fans all the time. They don't make a good clicking, or they don't sound mechanical anymore. They are a computer, a very big computer.
And that's what we're hearing in the background. That's
yeah,
sort of
the air conditioning and the digital projector. But if I can start up the 35mm projector. You lace the film, and it goes through a certain pathway that all films always travel in. Once you've laced it, just start the projector up, and that's where you get that classic clicking noise, and I'll just... This projector's Italian-made by a company called Cinemeccanica. They're world famous. The VIC-5, which is what it is, I think first came out in the late 50s or early 60s, and the mechanics of projectors have not changed particularly since the Lumieres started doing live projector work in France in the early 20th century. This is the hard-working one. This is like the Ford Focus or something. This is the one that everyone has, everyone knows how to use, and it's the one I was trained on when I first trained to be a projectionist 9-10 years ago now. So we've come upstairs now. We're in the Hackney Attic space, which is a gig venue, meeting point, conference room, dining One suite, whatever you can do with rectangular room with a white wall at one end and a bar in it. We have club nights up here, we have live bands.
What are some of the most popular nights that happen up here?
I don't want to toot my own horn, but I have a club night up here.
Toot away, you're allowed, Sam.
Which actually does really, really well. It's a really simple premise. It's just indie music and pop music, and we just play it for the kind of 6 hours straight. It's called Salt Sweat, Sugar on the Dance Floor. That's a good night. We also have things like the Question Time tweet along once a month. They screen Question Time on the big screen whilst having a projector on the other side of the wall showing kind of a live stream of tweets from the people that are sitting watching the Question Time in the room with you. So it's kind of meta. And they also shout out as well. So they're shouting at the screen, they're tweeting, they're just having a conversation with everyone else in the world whilst also having a conversation with themselves. It's a very strange thing, but works really well, and people just absolutely love it. This is the control room.
There's a lot of gizmology up here.
This is cinema in 21st century. There's 11 racks of equipment, ranging from amplifiers to satellite boxes to servers to MP3 players, DVD players, Blu-ray players. Everything's interconnected. It's kind of amazing. It takes a while to get your head around it. It's nothing like the mechanics of downstairs in Screen 3. So we don't have projection rooms as they used to exist anymore in this building, in at least, well, in 3 of the 4 screens. The projectors are kind of locked away, and everything's done remotely from this room right in the top of the building on the 7th floor. So yeah, the Crude's on for the kids, as it's still holidays for some. We're not as kid-focused as some cinemas might be, and we kind of just do them really for the holidays, but it's nice to have them in. It's a change of pace. They're as demanding as adults, just in different ways.
What do they demand?
They're just messy. They demand cleaning all the time, but you'd be surprised what mess some of the, quote-unquote adults can bring to the cinema.
Do you run a lot of festivals?
We've got 3 or 4 festivals coming over the next 2 weeks. We've got the Palestine Film Festival doing a screening here. They're doing a one-off screening to kind of promote the fact that they're still around, along with the Fringe Festival, which is a personal highlight of mine every year. They do a really good job of bringing together lots and lots of disparate things in East London. Intellectual, serious stuff alongside the good parties. So I think that's why I like it so much. The Argentine Film Festival are new to us this year. They did a thing at our sister site, the Ritzy in Brixton, last year, which was very, very successful, very popular. So they're kind of splitting themselves from east to south. And not everyone's been in our building yet to see what we can do and see, the facilities. So yeah, we're working slowly, and cinema is a really slow game. It's a really slow build. It's about creating a name and an identity for yourself as a cinema.